Hello, Ryan Speaks Geek here. I'm back today with a Transformers review. It's a big one as well. So I'm doing a new little sub-series called Clash of the Titans. This is because I'm selling most of my Titan class Transformers because of space. I just don't have the space for them, as awesome as they are. So we're going to kick off today's with Trypticon by Hasbro, and this is the Titans Return Series 1. This is a really awesome bot, but let's see what it looks like, shall we? And here he is. What a big chap he is. Look at that. The big raging dino himself. Absolutely love this bot. I think it's really cool. Got a little nice little head bit there. So you've got the cannon. So the mouth opens up and the head. So the mouth opens. Bot can go down the middle there. We'll look at that in a bit. The head there, it has rotation here, so you can turn around. The cannons go up and down. The arms are like super articulated with all the little bits. Yeah, legs, lots of ratcheting, bit of ankle movement. They can come up like that when in transformation. So yeah, what else has it got? The tail sort of moves because of transformation, but not in a way you're probably going to use it. I mean, to be honest, this is one of those bots that just looks good displayed in his dino mode. I think it's his best mode. I love all these other modes. I love the base mode. I love all of it, but I do think this is my favourite mode. I love the colour scheme of Trypticon. The purple, the green, and the greys really does remind me of the G1 cartoon. All I can think of is that voice, Trypticon. Yeah, really cool bot. It's got a bit of light piping because of this is see-through orange plastic on the lights. It's a big old hefty man, and he does weigh a lot, an awful lot. Although he doesn't have the walking mechanism like the G1 Transformer, it does almost look like it has because of the bits here, which is quite funny. There's a lot of transparent plastic on here, which I'm a big fan of. It looks really cool. I'm really happy with it. I'm sad to see him go, to be honest, but hopefully we can find a good home for him. One thing you will notice, he's got full tilt, which is one of the bots that he comes with in the original G1 toy, attached to the front. This simply comes off in a little bit here, holds on. The car then comes off, and we can put this back like that, and it still looks just as good without full tilt. So if you wanted to have full tilt on there as well. We've also got Brunt, which was released later, I think in the Kingdom line. He is one of the sort of weaponizers. So this was another one that came with the original G1 toy, was missing with this, and they've gone back later to add that. So I'm selling them all together because I'm just that kind of guy. I just think it's nice to have the whole set, you know, to have the whole thing. So for example, when I sell Metroplex, he'll come with 6-gun, as well as Scamper and the tank, which Slammer, I could not think of the name then. Scorponok will come with Fast Track. You know, I'm going to do that. I even have Ironworks with Omega Supreme, because I've always thought they kind of go together weirdly. Yeah, so let's do some transformation, see what he looks like in one of his other modes, and let's do this. So here we have his spaceship mode. Now this is again another big hefty mode. Oh, just realised I've not put that forward. Again, really cool, big hefty, huge size. For size comparison, I've added Necro, which is the name of the headmaster, here, because they got little foot pegs that they can stand in. This is again another really cool mode. This is not probably what I want to display it in, because I think I would either do City or Dino, but it's just really cool to have this option, especially when you got the full clear here on the tail. It really looks like a cockpit, and it looks like it could be manned by so many different bots. Again, the color scheme really pops in this one. So again, I think what we'll do is I will just turn the camera off just to transform. It's just easier off camera. I don't have the space to do it on camera, but yeah, looks really cool. Still got the dino kind of face at the beginning of the spaceship as well, which I really love. But anyway, let's have a little another transform, shall we? That was such a big city mode. I had to do it on a different area. Crazy. Let's talk about full tilt. So full tilt. This is a bot I really like, and I can't really explain why, because there's not really a lot to him, but I just do. And it's actually, weirdly, I think the thing I'm going to miss most about this transformer. So full tilt car mode is very toy accurate. Transformation, I can do that on here, but first, look, it opens up, and the driver is the headmaster of Necro, like there. He's a tiny little figure with all your standard articulations. He's got a slightly ball jointed head, ball jointed arms, and the standard sort of like any headmaster. So transform him, all we're going to do is flip him around, and there we go, we got that there. The actual car itself, so we go open it up. Well, I'm going to put the waist down first, and then need to work this out. I'm going to pull the arms out, get the fists out. That's a weird sentence, I'm aware. We flip these little locking bits down from the knees here at the front of the car, which opens up the panels, flips the legs over, put the arms down, put the old legs back in one thing. Now, weirdly, he has a back bit which almost looks like it should be its own head for like some weird creature version of this, which I quite like. It doesn't probably show as well on camera, but in person it looks pretty decent. But you can, all you need to do is take the gun off the back, flip this over so it becomes the part of the backpack, put his gun that was on his back into his hand, should you so wish, and then we just need to pop the head on. There we go, and here he is. It's just a purely purple bot, just purple badassery right there. I mean, you know, he's got a bit of silver on him. You can get some really good repro label, like Toy Hacks stickers for this whole thing and all the ones. And I intended to do that at some point, but just never got around to it. But I can recommend picking them up. But I just think he looks so good. Articulation-wise, he has got it coming out the wazoo. You know, there's like big ball joints. There's like arm brackets. I think the only thing it doesn't have completely is a wrist swivel, but it has like a bicep swivel, I think it's called. So yeah, really articulated, looks really good. Really happy with him. Then there's Brunt. Brunt is a really interesting one. Again, he didn't come with him, and the purple isn't a complete match. It's a bit darker, but it was also a different line. So the Brunt is a really cool upgrade. We didn't have a robot mode in the toy version. He really was just a conglomerate of parts that made a vehicle, very much like what Slammer did for Metroplex. Very cool bot. He's got little ankle swivels. He's got like loads of knee joints. He's got these big claw hands. This was repainted, I think, for the Selects line in like as a Guardian bot or something like that, all silver. Yeah, really, really cool. The head sculpt is really sort of awesome as well. It's almost got like a bit of a Cylon feel to it, weirdly. Big Decepticon, well, good sized Decepticon logo on the chest. Just looks really cool. It's just a cool addition. You know, you had these both there like as part of the crew. I worked out that he can sort of weirdly ride the back of Trypticon's neck. It just looks really good. This is such a part former, and I have to keep really looking up how to do it. So I'm not going to transform him on screen, because I think these part form ones, I get a bit confused, and then it's like, wait, what? That goes into where? So I'm going to stop the camera for a second, transform, and we'll have a look in his vehicle mode. So much easier. Here we go. Here is Brunt in his sort of tank thing mode. Really clever use of all the parts to make him though as well, because like the legs form the cannon. I've seen some people do some really cool things. See if I get some pictures up here of what you can do with these weaponizers. But as a vehicle made on its own, it's very Cybertronian. It does look like it's made out of parts, which is not a bad thing, because that's very much like the toy. If you really want to go nuts, look, you can shoot around corners. But yeah, it's a really cool addition to Trypticon. It's been a lot of fun to have. Yeah, again, the colors look good. The color scheme matches, but it's the purple is slightly off. I also don't know if that's because I've had my Trypticon for so long. I'm not really sure. Weirdly, I would say he matches more with Trypticon than he does Full Tilt, which is weird because Full Tilt's meant to match, but what can you do? Yeah, just a really nice addition. He wasn't very much. I think I got him on sale in the end, but I was just like, I wanted to complete my city bots. Yeah, very cool little addition. And here we go, the city mode. Very cool bot. I've had to put it out here because it's so ridiculously large. Look at it, it's huge. Obviously, Necro there for scale, and also you got Full Tilt. You've got a cool little ramp. Woo. Brunt there as well. These are like meant to be like space bridge panels, because all the way around here these make some great towers. I've got the claws up as if they're like giant menacing things, just because I think it looks better than the box design. But you can attach extra bases on here, and on here, so you can really expand this like the old G1 combiners, you know, the main leader ones. But really, really cool bot, really awesome to see in city mode. But yeah, check him out. Now, one of the cool features I mentioned earlier was that he can eat Transformers, and I did say that correctly. So I've got Necro here. He goes in the mouth, and as you can hear, he's popped down into his stomach, which we can open up and retrieve our Transform, which is good because we want that back. This does also work with the G1 Micromaster. So I've got one here, and in he goes. And here he is. Again, I've really, really enjoyed this bot. Like I said, I am sad to see him go. He's a beautiful, big, beastie dinosaur, but he does take up a lot of space, sadly. It's been great fun having him, especially alongside Metroplex. Let's do some pictures, I think, to end this review. Just showing him with other bots, and you can get a good, clear indication of the size and just how cool some of these bots are together. So this has been the first episode in the Clash of the Titans series, and at the end I'll maybe pick my favourite if I can. I don't know if I can, but yeah, here he is, Trypticon in all his glory, going off to a new home.